Welcome to the PLT podcast, Jordyn Woods, everybody.
Yay.
So I feel like there was maybe an audience or something there, but it's just me and you. It's fine.
Yes.
How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. You look amazing. I'm loving this outfit. Full PLT, I'm guessing.
It is full PLT. Minus a few accessories.
You've got to switch it up sometimes. Well, it's amazing to have you here, Jordyn. The theme of today's episode is be confident. So we kind of want to get to know your journey a little bit more personally and find out how you've become such a strong and confident woman.
Well, I love that. Yeah, for me, I always grew up more like the tomboy. Not really as confident as I am now. And over time, I feel like I get more and more confident. It's only human to have your days where you don't feel good or you don't, feel 100. But I think that's the beauty of life, is that the days that you don't feel good make you appreciate the days that you do feel good. And for me, it was just over time, I realized my individuality was my greatest gift, and that allowed me to understand that no one is me and that is my power. And I really just had to own that. Like, I was given this body for a reason, and I have to make the best of it. And for me, over time, it was really signing with my modeling agency and then having to go out there at 18 and meet new people and put myself in front of the camera. And that really helped me evolve into the young woman that I'm constantly becoming.
Definitely. I mean, I love this. I love what you said there, that saying about no one is you and that's kind of your superpower. I think that's such a strong message and that people kind of forget sometimes. But you mentioned your career there. You started with a bit of modeling. So I want to start with your career because, 2020... what haven't you done this year, Jordyn? There's been a lot going on. You've had the film Trigger, The Masked Singer, and a Plt Collection. You've been booked and busy. A lot's happening. How has that all been?
Yeah. I'm the kind of person that doesn't know how to sit still. I can't sit still for too long. Even if my goal every day is what can I do today to become better tomorrow? So every day, even if I have nothing to do, I'm going to the gym, I'm going to work out, I'm going to do something better for myself. But yeah, I don't know how to sit still. I'm always thinking of the next idea and what I can do next and how I can, evolve to the next version of me. So it's all I know, really.
And I guess that's how you've become so successful because, obviously being successful takes a lot of hard work. Let's be honest.
For sure. For sure. I think a lot of people don't really know how much work I do put into myself and my career and the people around me. But I don't really owe anyone that explanation.
You don't owe anyone that explanation, but I think it's like we can see it from literally looking at everything you're doing. I can see what you're doing and how much work you must put in. These things don't happen on their own, let's be honest. So I want to talk about the Plt Collection because obviously that was such a huge deal for us and such an exciting time. So just tell me a little bit about the collection and how the whole journey was. Like, what was the shoot like? What was the party like? Everything.
Yeah, so we really did something super fun and to end the summer, a lot of statement pieces. And for people, I just feel like it was something interesting and entertaining to bring. And I had a lot of fun doing the shoot. We had a great group of girls, a great team. We were in the desert. Towards the end of the shoot, it got super windy and cold, but we knocked it all out and it was fun. And then the party, it was very intimate, of course, with COVID. You couldn't really do too much. Everyone got COVID tested right when you entered. You couldn't get to the actual dinner part until you passed the COVID test. So we did that. I had a lot of fun and it was really just, a very intimate dinner, but it's better that way. I actually don't feel comfortable being in huge groups of people right now. So
yes,
it was nice. It was nice to be able to get out the house and do something, to celebrate the hard work that we put into the collection.
For sure. And how would you say like COVID has impacted like kind of your day to day in terms of work? Like I said, you've been doing so much. You've had the film, you've had the Masked Singer, you've had the Plt Collection, amongst a million other things going on. So how would you say it's kind of affected your day to day and your work and life?
I think everyone's affected by it, no matter, what position you're in. Some people are affected more than others, but it's just kind of figuring out what the new normal is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like we're doing this podcast. Normally, we probably would all be sitting around together. Now, we're all virtual on Zoom. Sometimes I actually don't mind it because I can do a lot of press from my living room and look cute from here up, and on the bottom I'm wearing sweats. But, I do miss the idea of people being able to, go to work normally and not have to wear a mask and risk getting sick. It's very scary, especially in the United States. We have hundreds of thousands of new cases daily, and I don't think people take it serious enough. And because I've been a witness to people around me who have been affected, who have lost loved ones, who actually have lost, their mother, their uncles, their aunts, like I've seen it, how it really affects people. So I'm ready for it to be over. I can't imagine a life where I don't wear a mask around everyone. But
I know.
Hopefully we can get back to whatever that sense of normal is.
I know. Hopefully we do find a new normal soon. I really, fingers crossed for us all. I mean, it's a hard time for everybody, but that's it. We've just got to be responsible, keep wearing our masks, and hopefully COVID will be over soon. But in the past year or so,
hopefully.
In the past year or so, a lot has changed for you personally as well. Friendships and relationships have changed, and all under the spotlight. Can you tell me a little bit about that and how it's kind of impacted your confidence as a person?
Yeah, I think life is just about constantly evolving and constantly, growing and becoming the best version of you. And as long as you're solid and, the people around you are solid and everyone has the best intentions and everyone's genuine, there's not really a problem. I love meeting new people. I love, I love people. I think that, you can't let life dim you down, and you can't let things happen to you or what, goes on in life change who you are for the worse. You have to constantly become better and evolve, and everything is a learning lesson. And, I'm very happy with the people I have in my life. So that's just life, everything comes full circle too. So as long as you have a solid relationship with yourself and with your spirituality, for me, with God, everything else falls into place.
I'm glad to hear that. But I mean, it must be hard going through these huge kind of life moments with everybody having an opinion and so much being said online. Like, how is it having that spoken about publicly 24/7? How was that?
I think it's just the lifestyle. It's something that you kind of have to get used to. For me, it's never something I'll fully be used to because I'm a very private person myself. But really, it's kind of one of those things where it is what it is. And you can't really think about people's opinions too much because, one, people's opinions don't define who you are. So as long as you don't let it get to you too much, then it's all good.
And some drama has just resurfaced following a recent interview. So I wondered, how's that made you feel for it all to be kind of brought back up?
I'm not really involved in that. I'm all about moving forward and going forward. So I wish everyone the best. I'm not really sure exactly what's going on. I'm just, focused on myself and my well-being.
I'm glad to hear that. And I know that in the past kind of 2 years, you've said that you've had a positive transformation. So can you tell us how that positive transformation has happened?
I'm all about positivity, and I'm all about, moving forward and becoming the best version of you. So for me, it's just about finding myself and figuring out what I like to do and figuring out my career and what makes me happy and how I can evolve. And I'm really all about self-improvement and mental health. And mental health is something that we don't talk about enough, especially not only, here, but everywhere. It's something that every single human being is dealing with, whether it's, someone who's really mentally stable or unstable. We all can have a time where we are battling with ourselves. So I'm all about mental health and how you can become a better person through what you go through. And I don't believe in really dwelling in things. I believe in learning through things and becoming better. So over time, I'm just going to keep getting better and better as I learn more and I grow more and I go through more things.
Clearly, you've really come into your own this year and distinguished yourself and your independence in your career and your life. What would you say have been your main goals, and how have you kept your focus?
My main goals are very cliche. It's just be better and have fun, be happy, and share memories with my family. I feel like life is so short, and 2020 has put that into perspective so much more. So it's really simple. I have a very simple mantra to life.
And we can't not talk about your new bae, Carl. I mean, let me just say, we're obsessed. How did you guys meet? Tell me everything about you two.
Carl. We met through mutual friend, and we were really best friends for a while, and we just kind of would always talk to each other, and I never really viewed him as someone I could see myself being with. And then over time we just would talk every day. And this year, he lost his mother due to COVID, and I lost my father a few years ago. So when you both go through something very traumatic like that, and you can relate on that level, it really just brings people closer together. So after that happened, we kind of just ended up dating, and then we've just been together ever since.
I mean, I'm so sorry to hear, about Carl's mother there. And, it's so strange how tragedy can kind of bring two people together. But I'm so glad that you have found each other and that you do have each other. And especially, I know that your support to him must be amazing at this time.
Yeah, we're just there. We're supportive of each other. So it's kind of we just went right into a relationship and working and being there for each other. It was never the whole lust, I don't know this about you. I don't know. We were best friends before. So it feels very effortless.
I love that. And that's how it should feel. That's how it should feel for sure. And I mean, you posted a picture back on your Instagram back in September. I think it was from your birthday trip, which looked amazing. You know what I'm going to ask you? The caption said, "I found you, then I found me."
Yeah, a lot of people had questions about that caption.
What did that mean?
I think people took it out of context.
Really?
Because obviously I know who I am. I'm very, confident and strong in the person I am.
Yes.
So people are like, well, if you lose him, are you going to lose yourself? No, I believe that sometimes when you find someone that you can really be yourself, or that brings out the best in you, then it helps you evolve to be a better person. So it was more I found you, and then I found an even better part of me that I didn't know was there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that people actually said that to you. I actually didn't know that. We were coming into that completely blind there. We just wondered what kind of the meaning was behind you.
They were the caption's backwards, sis. Shouldn't it be you found yourself and then found him? No, I know myself. I know who I am, but...
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't as deep as people made it to be.
No, I mean, social media, I think it's clear that you know who you are, and I think all of your fans and followers know that deep down too, but people just love a bit of drama, don't they?
Of course. I mean, social media.
It's social media. Okay, now I want to talk about body confidence, Jordyn, because I know it's something you're extremely passionate about. And you've even said in the past that fitness saved your life. So I want to know what kind of sparked your passion in fitness and in body confidence, and kind of where it's all stemmed from.
Yeah, so I just mentioned this before. When my dad passed away a few years ago, I really didn't know what to do, and I resorted to fitness to be my therapy. Fitness was the one thing that helped me get my mind right. Also, it builds your serotonin. So over time, it was just, I was in the gym every day because that was how I dealt with what I was going through. And it's something that you become addicted to. The more you do it, the more you realize that it makes you feel good and makes you look good. And when I work out, it just really helps me get my mind together for the day.
And I mean, I know that following kind of you going into the gym and going into that kind of working out every single day process, there was a lot of commentary around that as well. And I know that there's a lot of talk around body confidence and how people can say, you know, it's quite controversial. And I know that you got a lot of comments of people saying, well, you're not body positive anymore. How did you feel about that at that time?
It was a little bit confusing because obviously you can't make everyone happy, but for me, the meaning of body positivity is to be the best version of yourself and to love your body, no matter what that looks like. So if I want to become a better version, a more healthy version of myself, then that's body positivity to me. I don't think body positivity looks a certain way. I think it's, you know, how you live. So I didn't know that you could put body positivity in a box and it has to look like a certain weight or size or anything. I thought it's just wanting to be the best version of yourself.
And so had you always kind of been into fitness since you were younger, or do you think it kind of happened in that moment after going through, you know, that tragic time in your life? Was that when it all kind of started, or had you already been into fitness when you were younger?
I didn't really take it serious until my dad passed away, and it kind of put things into perspective, like tomorrow's not promised, and the one thing in life that you can't buy is your health. So, you know, you really have to put yourself first in that situation. And I became, you know, really into working out after that.
And I want to talk about kind of how social media and how the internet and how the press, how people talking about you can kind of have an impact on your body confidence. And I know that when you were younger, there was a photo you spoken about with Willow Smith where you were papped. There's a picture of you and Willow, and you received loads of unnecessary negative comments and online bullying, essentially. How did you deal with that at such a young age?
Yeah, that was actually the first time I think I'd ever been in a paparazzi photo. So I was online and I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like, this is so weird. And I was like, oh, it's kind of interesting. So I just decided to go look at the comments. I don't know. It's just like, I didn't think too much of it. It had never happened. I didn't realize how cruel or mean people were on the internet, especially because I was so young. So I went to the comment section and it was so mean that I just remember like looking at the computer frozen, and I shut the computer and I was like, it could have gone either way. It could have broke me down or it could have made me better. And for me, I just really had to comprehend that these people don't know me. These people most likely are projecting something that they're dealing with internally to even feel the need to go out of their way to comment on a minor's appearance. So
yeah, I
kind of just, you know, it really did affect me, but it only made me stronger in the long run.
And so I can't remember what I said, you were actually 12 or 13 at the time.
Yeah.
For anyone that didn't know that, like, that is so young. And I mean, I guess back then it's kind of the press and the internet and that the age we're in has kind of got even worse, would you say?
For sure. It's gotten worse.
Do you worry, like, I know your sister Jodie, she's a lot younger than you. Do you worry for her now coming into like kind of her teenage years? Do you worry what kind of life she will have in the media following that?
I do worry about Jodie, but at the same time, Jodie is she's had to witness it. So she kind of understands what it is more than the typical, you know, young person. But I do worry because then I don't want her to feel like she has to always look a certain way or be a certain way or leave the house looking a certain way, because who wants to live like that at a young age? At least for me, I didn't care. And I still sometimes don't care what I look like when I leave the house. And, you know, it's just different now. you know, her and her friends are very advanced and look way prettier than I ever did at 13. So I worry about them because I feel like kids are just growing up faster and faster and faster. So, and then it's almost like too far gone. Once you're there, it's like, how do you bring them back?
Yeah.
So I just try to remind her of her age all the time.
I guess it must be quite scary being that bigger sister. I mean, I don't have a sister, so I've got an older brother, so I can't really relate. But I couldn't imagine, especially in your position in the world that you live in, you know, having a younger sister must be so scary. And I love what you said before. Teenagers these days don't have the awkward phase. They don't have the bad eyebrow phase. They don't have the bad foundation makeup phase. Their hair's always looking fine. I'm like, how do you look so good, guys? Honestly, I cannot cope with teenagers these days.
Yeah, I'm like, if I looked like you guys at your age, it would have been dangerous. Luckily, I was like this tomboy who didn't know how to do anything. So I have to monitor all the time.
Now, on the topic of what we've just spoken about, you were thrust into fame at such a young age. How has it been growing up in the spotlight?
For me, I was always around it, so it became something that was normal. My friends were always in things that I had to feel like I had to protect them or, you know, be there for them. And I've been on social media since I was like 13. So everyone has really kind of grown up with me on social media. And I'm only 23 now. So I still have my whole adult life to figure out, but I'm kind of figuring it out with everyone as I'm growing. So it's been interesting kind of becoming an adult in front of everyone and having everyone's judgment or opinions but regardless of that, support, and the support has been amazing.
And would you say that support has kind of really helped you along the way? Because, you know, sitting here speaking to you now, Jordyn, you're so confident, which, you know, we said at the beginning, we know that. And you seem so strong. How do you think you've built? That's not the great word. How do you think you've become such a strong woman?
I think that my foundation that I have is the core of it all. My family being so strong and my faith in God, and also the things that you go through make you a lot stronger. Like, you know, losing my dad at 19 really built another level of strength that if I could go through that, then I could really go through anything. So I think it's just the experiences I've had, and I've always been kind of an old soul, but just the more I go through, the stronger I become.
I'm glad to hear that. And like, we can definitely tell how strong you are, like we say. And I think, you know, to go through such a tragic moment and to be where you are now, sitting and speaking to me so openly about it, is refreshing to see. And, you know, it's great to see how strong and great you are in general, Jordyn. But something I want to talk about as well is your talents. I know that you have got many talents. And let me just say, The Masked Singer, I cannot deal. I had no idea that you sang. And when I heard you sing, was it a kangaroo outfit?
Yes.
Honestly, I was like, I was in shock. For everyone listening, I just did a big face there. I was in shock. I was like, oh my God, she can sing so good. Aww. Like, when are you bringing a single out? I want to know.
COVID has messed that all up for me. The plan has been messed up. But one day, I can't make any promises when that would be, but one day, hopefully.
And what kind of vibe would you be bringing to us, Jordyn? So if you're going to release like an EP or some kind of single, what kind of vibe would you be bringing? I think I know, but for the listeners.
I love R&B, so it would definitely be something R&B.
I love that. And if you could have a dream collaboration, if there was a dream collaboration, who do you think you would like to collab with?
That's too hard to say.
Too many people.
I'm just gonna go with the queen of the industry and say Beyonce, because you just can't go wrong.
You cannot go wrong with Beyonce. Well, we would love to see it, Jordyn. So let's put it out there. Let's manifest this. Jordyn and Beyonce, we're here for it. We're ready for it.
That would be different.
Honestly, I think that would just fly off the shelf. So I think the world would go crazy for that, Jordyn. We're ready to see it when you are.
I don't even know what that would look like, but...
But as well as singing, I heard that you have many hidden talents. We spoke about your sister Jodie before, and we watched one of your videos where you did a Q&A with you and Jodie. Let me just say, we love her too. She is fantastic. But she told us, she told the viewers that you have many hidden talents. So we know about singing. We know you're an amazing model. We know you're an actress. What hidden talents are you hiding?
Good question.
I want to hear one. I want to hear or see one on the podcast.
I definitely can't show you. I definitely don't know how. Yesterday, I posted a video on my Instagram page playing basketball. People didn't know I could play basketball.
That is pretty cool. I've read that you're actually really you've always been into sports as well. Like you've always enjoyed watching sports and things as well. So that's interesting. Yeah.
I'm very competitive, and anything that comes with games or sports, I'm pretty solid at.
Do you like board games at all? Is that what you call them in America?
Yep.
So like if
I'm always trying to play a board game, but like if it's a person that I love, we either have to be on the same team or I'm not talking to that person for the rest of the night.
So if me and you were going to play Monopoly now, you'd definitely win.
I can't say that for sure. Last time I just played, I lost, so I can't say for sure. But I for sure will try.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm next in LA, I'm gonna be calling you and be like, Jordyn, we need to do a game of Monopoly after this podcast has gone out. It's definitely gonna happen someday. I actually just
bought a new one. It's a credit card version.
Well, that's got interesting. I better save up to come over then.
I got you whenever you come. I got the credit card Monopoly ready.
Let's do it. You heard it here first, guys. It's going to happen. Me and Jordyn are going to have a game of Monopoly, and I feel like it's going to make my year, whatever year it is, okay? Now, something else I wanted to talk about as well was OnlyFans. I'm sure you've been asked about this, but I mean, it's such a huge platform right now. It is completely blown up and everyone's going crazy for it. And I think in the beginning, maybe people didn't really know much about it, whereas now we're seeing our favorite celebrities on the platform. So tell me, what kind of inspired you to join the platform?
Yeah, I just saw an opportunity there where it's a platform where the people on there are really there for you. It's, your true core supporters and fans, and you can really be yourself and nobody can, go on there and judge you for it. And on top of that, people can't take your pictures from there and use it for articles and monetize it and use it for their own platform. So there you own full ownership of your photos, as well as, there's no judgment because everyone on the platform is really there to be there for you. So I thought of it being a new way to connect with my followers, but on an even more personal level, because I'm constantly communicating with people on there and talking one-on-one. So it's pretty cool.
Wow. How is that, like, being able to actually chat to people like one-on-one? What is that experience like with these fans that have got such love for you but don't necessarily know you?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome being able to connect with people and letting them get to know you even more than, they think they know.
It's wild. I actually didn't know that people can't steal your pictures, but I mean, that's a great thing because obviously every other social media platform, people can take what they want kind of thing, can't they? Mm-hmm. And so what's the story behind Unapologetically Me? Because we saw the big video and I mean, you looked amazing, but what was the story behind that?
It was really just me owning myself and my narrative and being exactly who I want to be and posting whatever photos I want with no judgment and really creating art. So a lot of photos I have on there are more artistic and different than what's on my Instagram. So my version of being unapologetically me.
I love that. And something else, you've been using your social media for good recently. You've been using your platform for good with regards to the recent election, where we've seen you encouraging your young followers to go out and have their voices heard and vote. Tell me, Jordyn, how did it feel when you found out that Joe Biden had been elected President of the United States and Kamala Harris, the first female and Black vice president to be in office?
Yeah, well, I feel a lot of emotions, so I don't know where to start with this, but I had gone to Florida to one of the last rallies that they had to go support and speak, and it was amazing to be a part of history. But on top of that, I think that this has been one of the most crucial elections to date that I've been a witness to, because, you know, we're dealing with a lot. We're dealing with, you know, a global pandemic, and, you know, there's serious injustice in our system. And it feels good to have people coming into office that make you feel like there's hope and that, you know, there can be a change. So I'm very hopeful. Obviously, there's a lot of work to be done. It's not going to happen overnight, but I think something that we were missing was hope, and now we finally got that. And on top of that, the first woman in office is just going to kind of break barriers and change the game for us women in general. It's a huge, huge, huge step for women. And not only that, her being, you know, a woman of color, it really kind of shows that no matter what you put your mind to, you can achieve it. So I'm very excited about that. And I'm very excited to see what they do. But obviously, there's a lot of work that has to be done.
Definitely. And we're excited too. And I think, you know, it's great, like I said, to see you supporting such a huge matter on your social media and having that kind of responsibility to speak to your followers and tell them, you know, go and vote, wear your mask. And yeah, it's great to see, Jordyn. When you look back at everything you've achieved in life right now, is there a particular moment or milestone that stands out to you as when you've been your most confident?
I would say every day is different. I think I'm most confident when I feel good and when I'm around, you know, my family and my friends, and really being myself and not having to filter what I say or what I think. And I feel best when I'm just really authentically in my zone, when I'm working, when I'm focused. There's no particular time, but I'm just most confident when I feel good. And that doesn't have to look a certain way, but most likely, you know, when I just get my hair done, when I'm on a good track, when I'm working out and I have time for myself, it's when I feel the most confident.
I love that. So it's not a particular moment. It's about how you feel on that day. And you don't have to be looking a certain kind of way. It's just when you feel good. Finally, in your recent birthday vlog, Carl gave you a signed Michael Jordan jersey and said to you, welcome to your Jordan year. So my final question for you tonight is, Jordyn, what is Jordan year going to look like? What's next for you?
That is a very good question. I don't know what Jordan year is going to look like on the outside of the world. Hopefully, you know, COVID is kind of changing everything. But definitely a lot more business ventures. I'm launching my app with First Place. We're transitioning into the tech space. A lot more beauty stuff, clothing, apparel. Hopefully some fun trips if the world opens up. But just really kind of expanding my entrepreneurship and more acting, hopefully some music. More modeling, more life. There's a lot going on.
So much more life. We're here for it and we love to see it. And we love to see it, Jordyn. You're killing it right now and we can't wait to continue watching you grow and just get every success in life because you completely deserve it. So thank you so much for joining us on PLT Behind Closed Doors. I know you're across the world right now, but I'd give you a hug if I could. Thank you so much for coming on. You've been amazing. It's been so much fun. And to all of our listeners, thank you so much. This has been PLT Behind Closed Doors, starring the amazing Jordyn Woods.